I don't know who's going to see it today. Do 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 do. Hey everybody, this is Tanika by everybody. I mean, I'm going live. Yes, I am, and I hope that somebody sees this, but I'm not sure. I got all sorts of things popping in and popping out as you can hear the dings happening on my computer. But tonight, what am I talking about? Tonight is about they won't see it. And it's part of the issue is, as we're looking on this wellness journey, there's simply stuff that people won't see that you're trying to accomplish. But if you hear me say nothing else, keep pressing forward. That's what I learned. Like they won't see it. And I'm going to share just 5 things they won't see. So if you tap it in, say, hey, so I know it's you. But either way, know that there's a lot of people you think they're watching you and they could be, but there's so much. It's like an iceberg under the sea. And if you have goals, if you have dreams, if there's something that you're trying to accomplish, my hope is you don't get discouraged because nobody's commenting. You don't get discouraged because people aren't saying, oh, I saw you do that, I see it. And so what inspired tonight is something happened with my post from Thursday, which I think is one of the better ones. So check it out if you can. But I realized on Friday, like, man, they won't see it. And they didn't see it. And it just really inspired tonight. So, hey, Sylvia. Hey, Ben. Hey, Valerie. I see you guys out there. So please put in the chat some things maybe you've learned over the years people don't see. Because here's the 5 that I realized tonight. The first one is people won't see the decision that you made to do something great. Like, for me, it was this wellness journey. People don't see the decision. They just see the results from your decision sometimes. Or they just see, some things that they see, but people won't necessarily see the decision you're making. But it's important that your decision is supported by your choices. I'm going to say that again because I was thinking about this today and I was like, what's the difference between decision and choices? Sometimes we use them interchangeably. Decision to me is this bigger piece that you're like, I decided, that song, I decided to follow Jesus. Maybe you don't know it, but it's one of my favorite songs. And it says, no turning back, no turning back. Well, that decision is ultimately supported by every choice that you make. It's either going to be undermined or it's going to be supported by the choices. So the first thing people don't see sometimes is your decision. And that's okay because it's yours. And so that decision is going to have to be, if you want it to work and the results that you want, you're going to make sure that that decision is supported by your choices. For me, of course, I keep talking about the decision to be made well, decision for wellness. And it really is supported by my choices in what to eat, how much sleep and rest to get, my decisions about stress, my choices about stress, my choices on, if I'm going to dwell on this or let it go, if I'm going to, choose water or something else, like those little choices that we're making every single moment by moment throughout the day. That is what is going to support our decision. So tap in some things that you've maybe decided to do and maybe people don't see it, or you realize, it's not till later, but your choices are going to have to line up. Maybe I'm making a choice to read this book. Nobody sees you read the book. No, we may experience the knowledge that comes out of it, but keep reading. Nobody may see your writings, but keep writing until that ultimate result comes. So that's the first one. Let me keep going. The second one, here's it. They do not see the hard work. So sometimes when we work hard, we may not feel appreciated because people don't see the hard work, and that's okay. Some things is just for you and God to see. And I think if everybody sees the hard work that you're doing, then you're just an exhibitionist. They're not meant to see it. And that's hard sometimes. So once again, I see y'all saying, hey, check, tap what you think people are not seeing that you're doing, or something you've learned, it's just not meant for people to see. Here's the third, like I said, the hard work, because I know workouts, I'm glad nobody sees my workout because they are not pretty, okay? Because it's just not, man, not pretty at all, okay? This is just, whoo. I know it has been for me and the workout crew on the TV right now, okay? And here's the thing that goes along with the hard work is the sacrifice. And this, I think, is one of the hardest to sometimes deal with, is the sacrifices that we make People may not see it. And I think what that's so hard sometimes when you have a demanding job, or if you have demands from family, demands from loved ones, and sometimes people don't see the sacrifice, and they take that for granted. Valerie, yeah, the time put in, absolutely, people do not see it, and something in you has to be okay with that, because it's like the iceberg thing where underneath is so much hard work. It's like building a foundation on the house, of a house. People don't see that foundation. They see the pretty stuff, the house on top, but they don't see what's happening underneath and under the ground. And that's hard sometimes when you're making a huge sacrifice, and especially sometimes if you see other people getting accolades or other people being celebrated, you have to know that your sacrifice is not in vain. And then Sylvia, she put that thing in there. She said struggle, because that's the next one. The struggle. Okay. So number 3 was actually the sacrifice, like what you're giving up. So not just the hard work. Number 3 was the sacrifice. Like you give up some things, like you make these sacrifices, and it's like people don't understand. But number 4 was the struggle. And for me, the struggle is like, you fall down, you get back up. Like it's just, sometimes it's so hard. You're being pulled in so many different directions. And sometimes the direction is like, do you want to stay, or do you like where you are? And it's like, or do you want to move forward? And the struggle, like you're pushing against so many things. It's so real. Thank you, Ben, because that's so true. The consistency, it's like people don't see the consistency. And that's one of the struggles, is being consistent, because people may not see that all the time, and you have to be okay with it. And sometimes what the consistency is, like when it comes to work and things, is that you keep showing up. You're showing up even when other people don't. You're putting in the work even when other people don't. And the consistency is something that people do not see. Absolutely, absolutely. And we want to we sometimes, it is good to have accolades and affirmation and that stuff, but there's some things in our life, and I'm here to encourage you that there may be something that people aren't seeing about you. Like you've grown, you've you like, I just, but it's like people not seeing it. And came from Sister Lisa. I'm gonna give her a shout out. And it's the last one, it's the progress. There are times when you are really putting in the work, and that you moved from here to here. You lost 5 pounds. You were making, and a lot of the work and the progress that people don't see is the stuff that's happening on the inside. It is like when you made that great decision, and it's the progress you're making when you're trying to be made over on the inside, like the mental progress, the emotional progress, even some relational progress that you're making. People don't see it. And it's hard, you guys, but they may not see it, but still do the work. Still, you may be give the biggest applause that you need. Sometimes go stand in the mirror and be like, that was good. That was good. I see you, I see you. I see you making that progress. I see you doing better. Give yourself the affirmation that you need, And sometimes, let me say this, people don't see it because they're not looking for it. But in due time, as you get to different points, maybe people will see it. And sometimes that people not seeing it is a test for you to see if you're really going to keep going, if you're going to keep, pressing. And you'll come to that point where people don't need to see it. You don't need it. And then that's probably the moment when people are going to start seeing the progress, and they'll start seeing the result of the struggle, the result of the sacrifice, the result of the hard work, and the results of the decision. And then by that time, like I said, you won't need it. I want to encourage you. So if you feel, disappointment maybe in, the responses of people, or maybe if you feel discouraged sometimes because people are, they say negative things, or they're not responding how you think they should respond, just say to yourself, what, they don't see it, and I don't need them to. I will say this, it may sound corny to some people, but it encourages me. God sees it. And I think if you let people in with accountability, they'll see it. Sometimes if you're mentoring people and you don't even realize that people look up to you as a role model, they'll see it. But sometimes the people, like I said, that we want to, they're blind to it. But soon and soon enough, it will be revealed to all. Remember this: Jesus, Savior of the world. They didn't see it, rejected him. So don't be mad. Sometimes when they don't see it for you. I thank you guys for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. I want to say once again, you guys keep putting in the time. People keep putting in the work. Keep putting in it all, because soon enough they will see it. But for now, whoever that they is, they may not. I thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for your encouragement and seeing this tonight. Once again, Thursday, I'm telling you, I was good, but they won't see it. So have a good night. Hopefully you'll come back tomorrow, 9:00. I know these are quick. Tonight is quick. I actually got to go through my workout right now. And I don't want to belabor the work. But none of y'all go see it, but I know God will. So have a good night, everybody. Join me back tomorrow. Put in the chat something that you want to talk about and chat about. Thank you guys for talking back to me. Like I said, if you get discouraged, remember, they won't see it, but you know it, and that's all that matters. Have a good night, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. And I'll probably give us a feedback on how I'm doing. I do want to, before I go, say again a shout out to Tiffany and Denarius, who really blessed me this past weekend. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to say they came this past weekend, surprised me, wouldn't tell me what they were doing, took me to the Versace mansion and eat, surprise birthday, belated birthday, took me to the beach, got me a nice suite. Like, what type of friends is this? Amazing ones. And surprised me, like I said, with a boat ride and all of that stuff I never would have done because of me just being too much in the house. And I learned, like, man, I had lived in a great place. No offense to people out here. I knew it, but I know it better now. So thank them once again for hooking a sister up for real and sacrificing and really celebrating my birthday month with me. So God bless you guys and safe travels. All right. Love you all. Good night.